Basically, things got real weird. Turns out Ckarra, yeah, you remember her? Totally a demon. Like, full on, like, soul sucking demon. And she's using Savva as some sort of, like, energy source for her dad because, plot twist, the parents were behind the whole thing. Anyway, I noticed there was some weird veiny stuff that was on Savva that looked like something I'd seen at a university before. You know, the one where my dad works. And obviously, when you see something unsettling like that, you do the logical thing and go straight to the guards. So I did. I gave them a very thorough and detailed report, which I think they really appreciated. Eventually, the captain took us to see Just, who, good news, he was freed. And even better news, he got to reunite with Savva. It was really nice. After all that, we finally headed back to the tavern where I did some really good card tricks before we were heading to bed. Oh, speaking of bed, I'm sharing a room with Reese this time instead of Kai, which is probably for the best because Kai snows so loud. I don't sleep, I just meditate, but it makes meditating really hard, especially when he's like sounding like a dragon dying in the next bed over. Maybe it's time I look at that dragon orb again. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Was that good? I feel like it didn't cook.
Let's begin. So, last we left off, you journeyed back from this pocket dimension, this world of purple and fog, with your kidnapping victim in tow, little Savva, to find Ckarra waiting for you outside at the stone. And all together, you took her home to her family. It was a very beautiful, tearful reunion. They fed you dinner. They sent you on your way with minimal payment, and took Savva up to bed, which is when you heard the scream. Running in, you found Ckarra in her full, true form, standing over her, having just been sold half her life worth. You were able to liberate, or some less forgiving figures might say kidnap, Savva from her family, and bring her to the guard tower, where you gave her into the possession of her loving uncle. At which point you all, armed and laden with old memories, childhood traumas, and just some depressing moods, made your way back to the tavern and sent yourselves off to bed. As the night fell around you, you drifted off to sleep. And next thing you know, the sun is rising on the horizon. The sounds of the bustling streets are starting to creep in through your windows. You smell the soft sweetness of breakfast, and meats and eggs being cooked down below. Reese, you wake to, as you're lying there, you feel a soft puff of almost icy blasting air on your face. As you open your eyes, you see two almost white ice blue globes staring down at you.
I'm gonna swat my hand up and knock it out of the way.
All right. As you swat it out of the way, you're able to get a better glimpse of this thing that was on top of you. You feel, almost as you swat it, a flash of cold go down your arm, and you hear and then a small shatter as it spins away and rights itself in the air before landing on the ground. As you sit up, you are able to see what appears to be this strange serpentine figure of interlocking parts that all glisten like they're made out of ice. Two steep wings extend from its back, and you see a long, dragon-like snout. It's about, honestly, no bigger than a very small loaf of bread, but it clicks itself back into place from where it was whacked, and then skitters across the ground over to your room partner.
Sorry, do you remember how there was I told you about it, right? The orb, the dragon orb, it hatched.
Yeah, it looks like it did.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I told you. I told everyone, and that's why
Yeah,
I knew it was
yeah.
a smart purchase. Even though everyone told me that the guy was trying to trick me, clearly he wasn't.
Um, okay. I've probably never seen I assume this is. You said a dragon-like snout, right?
It is
So,
from what you imagine of doodles that you may have seen or little illustrated children's books. It looks like a miniature dragon. You see it now as it sort of shudders its wings and clitters its scales and perches right on top of Felix's knee.
but it's not made of flesh like I would assume. I don't know. I guess I've never run into a dragon. It's not made of flesh though, like fleshy dragon bits.
You can see through it. Seems to be made of clear ice.
Okay, okay. Have, have you have you given it a name yet?
I haven't thought of
What?
one yet, but I could start thinking of them. How does Greg sound? No, Greg's no
No.
good. Um,
Um,
uh, uh,
you wanna
Albert? No, Albert doesn't make much
mm,
sense either.
no,
I'll
it's
keep
gotta be
thinking
something
about
more.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You wanna? How about this? I have a little task for you, and you can think about it while we go on a walk about town.
Okay,
Can
what's the task?
you make so I'm gonna pull out one of my daggers. Can you make like a miniature version of this out of like wood?
Okay, I'll try. I don't think I'd be very good at it though.
I mean, I don't know. Uh, you make like potions and stuff. That's more than I can do. So
Okay,
maybe.
here, let me have the knife.
Um, okay, yeah. This seems like a good idea. Nothing could go wrong. I'm gonna give him the knife.
I'm gonna start cutting wildly and not accurately at all
Do you
on
have
some
wood?
block of wood.
Do you have
Oh, that's a good point. I'll take part of the like one of the knobs on the bed frame, and I'll just take that off.
Yeah, it's actually one of those bed frames that has like the round knob at the end that
Mhm.
you can kind of just lift off, and it has a little
Perfect.
wooden dowel. So you can. It's almost dagger shaped already. It's a dowel with a stick or with a ball at the end, so you can start carving at it. Um, not
Awesome.
very well, but are you proficient with woodworking tools?
That's a great question. I am uh not.
All right. Roll a dexterity check for me.
Oh, that's actually better than I thought it would be. Um, that's 15.
Yeah, so I mean, you've never really done a lot of carving before, but working with your hands is working with your hands, you know? At the end of the day, you can use this knife to carve it into a very rudimentary miniature wooden dagger.
Oh, cool. Like
Perfect.
this?
Yeah, that's close enough. Now, do you want to go make a special delivery with me?
Sure. While we're doing that, I'm gonna keep thinking about names.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So well, first off, I'm not sure if Reese would remember, but did Felix, Kai, Reese, or Savva grab Yussa, the bear, Sava's bear, when they left?
I believe if you recall, Savva was clutching it
Okay, so
when you left.
she had it. Perfect.
He had the
Then
bear.
I am going to, with Felix in tow, head over to Yussa's house.
All right. Now, before we head over there, Kai and Treos, as you wake up to the sounds of the world waking around you, a relatively uneventful morning, but the events of the previous day come flooding back in a rush of emotion. What are you doing with your mornings?
Kai is going to lay in bed until basically someone comes and gets him.
All right.
I I guess even after all the events of last night that have gone on, Trails tried to get as much sleep as he could, but still the lingering thoughts of something bigger is still out there and could cause way more trouble, cause him to stir a little early, and I guess makes his way down to the tavern to get a little meal or something to eat. Just kind of clear his head a little bit.
Yeah, you can easily make your way downstairs. You gather your stuff. The bar seems to be bustling with serving plates of stacked high with steaming piles of food, and you can easily get a meal. As you're sitting down to eat, you actually see two familiar figures of Felix and Reese come ambling down the stairs. Reese first, Felix after him, sort of juggling what looks to be a strange, icy creature that you don't remember from the night before, but it is Felix. Anything is possible.
Felix, Reese, Felix, morning. Do I want to know what that is?
Well,
Just
remember
kinda-
how I had a dragon orb?
Mm-hmm.
This is the dragon orb. Oh, it hatched now, I guess, because it was like the whole thing. It was like the power of ancient dragons, and now it's a dragon for real. And so it's pretty cool. Like I would have never guessed. I get this flesh and bones dragon that I get to have, and he's basically my best friend now. Well, other than my other best friends, but they're not always around because I have to like think about them really hard, and then they show up.
I'm just glancing back and forth between Reese and Felix, kind of double checking, like, is that actually a dragon that he has? Like, is this
What do you
real?
think about Craig as a name? Is Craig a good name?
Craig. Oh, for the
For the dragon.
that it doesn't fit our scaly friend now, does it?
No.
What about Barnabas? Barnabas could be cool.
Mm,
No?
that brings
Okay,
some
I'll keep
intrigue.
thinking.
That could work. You guys care to get something to eat?
I have to take a knife somewhere.
The
Not a real knife. It's not a real knife. It's not a real knife. He doesn't have a real knife, I promise.
Well, no, you gave me a real knife, remember?
Actually, yeah, I forgot. Can I have that back? That's not the knife you're delivering.
Oh, sure, and I'll toss the knife towards you.
Oh. Uh, I'm gonna let it hit the ground before I pick it. I'm not gonna try and catch it.
Excellent choice. I was gonna have you roll. Yeah, the knife thuds into one of the floorboards beneath you, right at your feet, and wobbles a bit. You can go down and pick it back up. Take it back into your sheath.
Let's not do that. Okay. Felix, if I ask for it, just hand it back to me next time.
Oh, what if I try this? Hey, Egbert, go fetch. The dragon does not move.
I don't.
Okay, I don't think that's a good one.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah.
Do you want any breakfast? Or
Well, I was eating like some of like the food that I had in my potion bottle while I was waiting for you to wake up. But you sleep for a long time. I was able to sit there for a little bit, and then I went into my potion bottle for like 4 hours, and then I came back out, and you were still asleep. But the egg that or like the orb that I left out, it was like it like and like opened up.
did you see it open up, or did you just come out of your bottle and it was there?
Well, I was just thinking about it, like thinking about it a lot.
And then you came out of your bottle and it was there.
Yeah, so like elves, like me, like we have to like meditate, and I usually struggle to think of, or I usually go from like one thing to another thing, and then like sometimes I get distracted. But tonight I was really thinking about like, wow, I can't wait for my dragon,
Yeah. Okay.
Like I really wish I had a dragon right now.
Yeah, I guess sure. Yeah, that seems reasonable. So you want to go make that delivery?
Okay, let's go give a knife to someone.
Oh, you guys aren't gonna wait for Kai or everyone else?
What about what time? Is it like early morning or is it like mid morning? Did we take like a long sleep?
It's early-ish morning. You went to bed not too late, so you were able to rise with the sounds of everyone else with their early work days rising. So it's let's say it's around 7 in the morning. The sun is up. People are starting to head to their jobs, but the whole world is not awake just yet.
Um, no. Well, I'm gonna do this and then we'll come back and we can plan our next steps.
Okay then. You two be safe.
Okay.
We're off to see the wizard,
The
the
wonderful
wonderful
Hooray.
Wizard of Oz.
So
As
what do you
Not
think
you
about
copyrighted.
the entire time? I'm just going to be asking you about random names.
at some point you
Uh,
hear someone call to a friend across the street, "Oh, hey Heffron," and you're like, "Oh, what about Heffron for a name?" Or
Yeah.
as you keep
Yep.
going. But you step
At
out
one point I
into
go about
the
like, what about James Street?
he has a last name. Like is
I
his
don't know.
last name Street?
I guess I was just like, that's a great name. I saw it on the sign, and so I was
I
like,
don't. I don't. We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
right, okay, yeah. The whole time I'm just gonna keep.
workshopping. As you step out into the morning, the soft sort of spray of morning dew hits your face, and it's a little cold and biting, but you make your way through the early autumn morning. Walking your way down the street, you're able to easily find your way to Yus's house. It seems like they are maybe just getting up for the day. You see a singular light in what you remember to be the kitchen. The rest of the house is pretty dark. And if you walk past the market on your way, you do notice that his shop is closed for the working.
So it looks like they're home.
It looks like they are home, and they are
Okay.
staying home for the day.
I am going to go up to the door, and before we go in, I'm going to turn to Felix. I'm going to say, okay, that wooden knife you have
Yeah,
is for Savva's teddy bear.
but, well, okay,
He asked for it, so we're going to deliver.
all right, sounds
So
good.
when I'm going to knock on the door, and I'm going to see if she's up for visitors, and if she is, I'll let you go and deliver that, and you can show her your new dragon, and maybe she can help you workshop some names.
Cool.
And then I'm going to
Sounds good.
knock on the door.
You knock on the door. After waiting for 30 seconds or so, you hear the door creak open after footsteps. And you see the familiar face of Yus as he sort of doesn't peek through the crack, but he's opening it hesitantly. And he sees you both, and he goes, good to see you again. Come in. And he
You got a
steps
knife
aside.
for a bear.
For a bear.
It's
Yeah,
not
we got a
okay,
knife
hold on.
for a bear.
He needs more details. It's not a real knife. It's a wooden knife, and it's for Savva's teddy bear. She asked for one. And it's like,
He's a little confused, a little shell-shocked, but he's going to step aside. Well, come in. Savva's not quite awake yet. She's sleeping in after the events of yesterday, but what can I offer you gentlemen some breakfast?
Well, that's good because we didn't have breakfast at the last place.
we wanted an early start to make sure we caught you. I didn't know if you were, I figured you weren't going into work, but we wanted an early start to catch you before, if you were going in. But we've got, we'll grab some food at the place we're staying before we head out for the day. We appreciate
No.
it.
It's the least I can do. I never got the chance to properly thank you both for last night. Please, come in, sit down. And he closes the door behind you and ushers you into the kitchen.
Well, actually, you could. some information would be more helpful than breakfast.
Anything.
And yeah. Um, is it okay if Felix goes up with Savva? I know you
Well,
said she wasn't awake, but he's got.
Why don't I go see if she's awake?
Okay.
Just a moment. And he leaves the room for a bit. You
Fork,
sit in silence
knife,
for a couple.
spoon,
No.
napkin,
No.
china plate.
What is a china plate?
I don't know. Words just came into my head.
Maybe you should like trademark that or something. Like what? Like I know a plate, but a specific china plate. What is that? Like,
It's like a really fancy plate or something, maybe, I guess.
is it Elven? Is China
Yeah,
Elven for? Okay.
yeah.
For
It means blue and white fancy design. Is that's the elven word.
that's a really like long word to be translated to one like 5-letter word.
Well, I know, but it's kind of weird because like you guys don't really have like a word for it. I feel like
Was
almost every other language does.
is there like are there different Elven words for different colors of plates?
Well, not specific plates, but just like things, right? It's like different color combinations of things. There's like
Oh,
different
okay.
elven
So
words
like
for.
so like a blue and white fancy like ceramic material is
It doesn't
called
even have to be ceramic. It's just like you could have like a like a china shirt.
or so like a fancy blue and white shirt
Yeah,
is a
like it's blue and
China
white with a
shirt.
fancy design.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
starting to strike you now. You recall sort of like how paisley is a type of pattern. China is a type of very delicate, elvish blue and white pattern that you do see across these a couple of the plates that Yus had set down.
You know, it's you learn something new every day, I guess.
Yeah, I
I
like
know
to at
some
least.
I know some Elven, but like I'd never like it's basic. I've never heard that word before. That must be like a more like upper level.
Yeah, I don't know. Like my I like well, to be fair, like I don't really like speak a lot of Elven like from day to day. Because my stepmom said that we shouldn't use Elven in the house because it's rude.
Was was your so your stepmom was not Elven, I assume.
No, no, she's not Elven. Well, really, like the only elf that I like really know is my dad. Like, I guess I probably know some other elves, but yeah. Mostly I grew up around humans.
Interesting.
Well, she just like doesn't want to be left out of the conversations or anything, right? So she's like, don't speak Elvish when I'm around.
But if she wasn't around, were you and your dad allowed to converse in Elvish?
Well, like uh I didn't really get a lot of time. Like my dad's like really busy, you know. So like he's
Um,
like always like like at his job.
But you said he works at the university, right?
Yeah, and so I'd like sometimes like I'd go into the university with him and I'd be like, "Hey dad, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Not now, Felix. I'm busy. We'll talk later." And then so like but like we'll find a time to talk.
Yeah, well, maybe we can go and visit him. I don't know how much more journeying you should do since you got all wrapped up in this on accident.
Yeah,
You
I should
know.
probably like well, but wait. No, I'm supposed to be working at the apprentice shop.
Oh, right, right, right. So we take you back to Bert then.
Yeah.
Is is Bert on the way to where your parents are?
I don't know where I am.
Where are you from originally? Like, where does your dad live?
Well, like, so what do you mean like where am I like from? Because like that could like mean like a variety of things. Like theoretically we all come from like creation, but
Okay,
like
okay.
so
Where did you live before you went to apprentice for Bert?
like, wait. So I lived one time. I lived at this hotel, and that was pretty cool. Like, but that was like right before I got to Bert because I couldn't get to Bert in one day. So
Okay.
we had to take a
Where does your dad and stepmom live?
um okay. So basically like there we
This is
my
around
well
and
Bart lives
just
in Saarloon, and my dad he works at the college in Mulhessen. Is that what you're asking?
Does he live in Mulessen?
Well, yeah, because we live right by the school.
Okay. Okay. That's all I was wondering. Perfect. Thank you.
At this point, you notice the large hulking figure of Yust has stepped back into the room, and he has Savva propped up on one hip. She has her arms around his neck. Um, uh, so, Savva, these gentlemen wanted to give you something. Is that correct?
Yeah, we got a knife.
It's not okay. Sava, remember when you asked for a little knife for Yessa? And I'm gonna put my hands out and let Felix
There
display
you
it.
go.
And she's gonna reach out and grab it. What do I do with it?
That's a great question. What does she do with this?
Well, it's for Yassa. So, like, now you have protection, and now Yassa has some protection if she ever gets into danger.
But Yasa doesn't know how to use a knife.
Well, that's why you can teach her.
But I don't know how to use a knife. Uncle Yes says that they're not good for you, that they can stab you.
That's what I was told too.
I have like 4 knives on me that are pretty visible right now. Yeah, like, maybe she can just like hold it, like have it. It's like you could set it, just in
Can
case
I
she
hang it
needs
on
it.
my wall?
Yeah, yeah, you can do whatever you want with it.
Can I paint flowers on it?
Yeah, every good weapon has a nice design on it.
I'm gonna name it Yussie. Thank you.
Felix, do you wanna show her what you showed me this morning?
Sure, and I pull out like an orb, the dragon orb.
Pretty.
Is
Wait,
it
Yeah,
let me down. And Yes puts her down and she's gonna walk over to you. What is it?
pretty cool, huh? It's a dragon orb. It's got the spirit of a dragon.
Spirit of a dragon?
Yeah, watch this. What was the word that I said to get him? I don't remember. That's okay. I'm sure he'll come out at some point. And I put the orb on the ground.
Does it turn into a dragon?
Well, yeah, because it's got the spirit of one, so that's how that works.
I want one of those.
I know. That's what I was like, well, actually, you know what's really cool? And I should probably give this back anyway, because it was wrong of me to take it. And I'm gonna pull out the second dragon orb that I took from the shop, and I'll hand it to her.
And she's gonna drop the knife and hold the dragon orb. Did it turn
Uh,
into a dragon too?
well, probably if you I was just like I spent a long time thinking about I kept spent a long time thinking about it, and like one day it happened. But I've had this for like a whole year before it happened.
That's a long time.
But if you keep
That's
thinking about
okay.
it all the time,
Okay, so I just have to think about a dragon for a year.
yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, just like that. I
Let
did
the
it
record
every night
reflect that.
instead of sleeping.
Let the record reflect that the DM right now is holding a ball and thinking really hard.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't go to I don't sleep, so I just like spent my entire night thinking about it, like every night. Well, not every night, but like last night I was like, man, wouldn't it be so cool? Like I really wish that I had a dragon right now.
Then I'm not gonna sleep either. I'm
I
just
think
gonna
that's a
sit
great idea.
and think about dragons. And she's gonna turn back to her uncle. Uncle, yes, can I go back to my room and think about a dragon? And he's gonna sigh and nod and gesture her upstairs, and she's gonna run back upstairs with her dragon ball.
Hope that's okay, because that's actually your dragon, your dragon orb. Uh, but they said that I could have it. But then I was like, I should probably give it back because it turns out it's not their shop, it's your shop.
To
But
be
also, you
honest,
were in
half
jail and
the
I
stuff that
didn't know what
Dr.
to do.
Bogus I
What?
didn't know that something in there could turn into a dragon. So
Well, yeah, it's
thank you for showing me.
like the guy that I bought mine from, he was like, it's got the spirit of dragons inside. And then some guy came up to me and he was like, dude, don't buy that. That's literally he's literally scamming you. And I was like, no, this guy is absolutely trustworthy, and there's no reason for me not to trust him. So of course I have to go and purchase it. And I purchased it actually really cheap. He said he was giving me a discount. He said I only had to pay
You said
100
you
gold for it,
needed
and it was my entire
information.
allowance. What?
You said you needed information. Not that this isn't very interesting, but kid, I do think you were probably scammed.
Well, no, I wasn't scammed though, because watch
Take
this.
it from
It's
the camera.
okay.
Rotom, and
And you watch as what was this little ball seems to unravel and clinks and then rolls into this shape of a dragon again, and it skitters around in a circle. Just jolts in surprise.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
so
be.
yeah, you can imagine my reaction when I woke up to that. Anyway, while they're playing with that, let's. And I'm gonna like.
Yes.
I'm gonna
The
turn back to
kitchen.
Felix. Don't ruin this man's house, please.
I wasn't
I
planning
a
would
on
dragon.
it.
appreciate that too.
But you
In
guys
I'm gonna
fact,
have
go
fun.
start.
there's a big backyard. If you feel
Oh
like
yeah,
it won't set my house on fire, will it?
it's. I think it's. I think it's icy. I don't.
Okay.
But yeah, if you guys
Anyways,
want to go play out, if you want to play outside, leave the door open so we can keep an eye on you.
I'll be good. I'm not worried about it. I've got plans.
I feel like that should scare me more than it does.
It
Anyways,
scares me.
let's step over here into the kitchen. What can I help you with?
About those veins, the magic, and I am going to take. I think I have a piece of paper. Let me look at my equipment. I do not, so I'm going to take one of his napkins and
He also has
trace.
a piece of paper if you want to ask him for a piece of
No.
paper.
No, I'm just going to take one of his napkins. This is the first thing I see. And I'm going to draw out this to the best of my ability.
All right, words and all.
If I remember the words, if not, I'm not sure if it's. If I remember the words, yes. If not, then no.
History check for me.
Oh, brother, I'm good at these. Nat 20 for a total of 22. I'm not even kidding. I'll take a picture of it.
No, I believe you. You are able to. At first, you have to think about it, but then it comes to you. You can almost hear a voice saying these words over in your head, and you're able to write them down word for word and get pretty much this perfect shape on the napkin.
And I'm going to show that to him, and I'm going to say, what do you know about this?
it looks like a logo. I see a lot of shady shit in my day, but I've never seen this. Sorry.
Sorry. I figured from the research you've done, maybe you've come across something like this. Oh. If not, that's perfectly okay. I've got, a couple more questions.
Look,
I can
I
ask.
can do some more research. Do you think this has something to do with the demons, or maybe if you give
Sure.
me a little more, I can do some research for you?
I've seen others in my travels with the kind of eruption, those veins before. Um, and a lot of them, I've seen this symbol correlated with some of them. And I'm not sure if they have anything to do with it. I'm not sure what exactly if this is a logo, what this group is trying to accomplish, what is going on, but I'm inclined to say that they're connected in some way, shape, or form.
Well, if they're connected to these veins and they're not the ones giving them, I'm inclined to say they're probably trying to fix it.
Not in my experience. I think they're trying to harness it. Or maybe they're working with these creatures and I just have caught them at the wrong time, but I've seen them for worse. A lot worse. So,
Well, it seems like you have history with them, and I wish I could help. After everything you've done for me, I wish I could tell you that I know everything, but I've never seen this before. But I can keep my eyes peeled if something like this ever crosses my desk into my store. I'll find a way to reach you.
of course, I'd appreciate it. I'd like to know more about all of it that's going on, but this symbol is pressing, I believe.
Well, I hope you find it, whoever these people are.
Thank you. And then I'm going to leave that drawing with him, and I'm also going to take out uh, the money that I didn't split up, the 20 uh, pouch of 20 gold that we got as the original payment, and I'm going to hand it over to him as well with the note, the drawing.
Um, this is honestly, this is too generous, and he's going to try and give it back to you. I you you helped me. You seem to be thinking it was the other way around.
I will put it as politically neutral as possible, but we have already been well compensated uh, for our troubles. You are more than welcome to this. It's more than my fair share, at least.
I well, I thank you, but I can't in good conscience take this.
No, listen. I don't. I don't. I promise you, we have. We have been more than compensated for our work.
Fine. Thank you. I if I can find anything more about this logo, I will, and I will find you.
Just don't put yourself in harm's way. And then before I walk out to grab Felix, I'm going, one more thing. I know you don't like knives. However, and I'm going to take one of the daggers off my belt. You guys probably Savva. I know she's got something going on now to protect her, but it doesn't hurt to have one of these and to learn how to use it.
I have plenty of knives for her to learn how to use when she's old enough to use them. I have nothing against knives. I have something against my toddler niece having knives.
Hey.
And he's going to slide that back.
I
Thank
learned
you,
at a
though.
young age, so, doesn't hurt. She can spar with the teddy bear. Like... Okay, I'm overstepping. I'm sorry. Let me go grab Felix and we'll
I think that would be
get
best.
out your hair.
Thank you again. And
yeah, of course.
if you're ever coming back through, feel free to stop by the store. I'll happily host you.
Of course.
Any information I have is yours.
Thank you. Well, what is Felix doing right now in this
Felix is
moment?
Felix is in the backyard this entire time. He has cast Mage Hand, and he is currently playing catch with himself.
And what is his friend doing?
His friend? He's the ball.
Back into the ball? Okay. Yeah, so you look outside and you see Felix throw himself a ball and it goes right over his head, but he runs to pick it up, scoops it up.
See, I don't have to worry about running to pick it back up because it turns into a dragon and flies over to me. I'm catching it every time. It would be impressive if you didn't see the mechanics of how it's actually happening. Yeah, just back and forth to himself, playing with himself, playing ball by himself.
Felix, come on, let's let them have their morning.
Okay. I was just playing some catch,
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, why don't let's go and get some breakfast and meet up with the other guys.
All right. As we pass back through the house, is the guy still holding the napkin? Is just still holding the napkin?
Well,
Can I see
actually,
it?
he hasn't scooped it up yet. It's still on the table where Reese
So I
left
can
it.
see it.
Yeah, yes, you can.
That's cool. I didn't know you went to Muleheston College. I say to just.
Oh, I didn't. This is your friend here. But he's
You
gonna.
went to Muleheston?
No, just passed by.
Okay, so you I guess you must have met Miss Netherglen, huh?
I'm gonna assume not. I don't think I've ever heard that name.
Cool.
You have not heard that name. No.
Okay. It does not sound familiar. No.
Weird.
No.
Must be a coincidence. And I'm gonna keep walking.
Why do you you recognize that symbol?
Yeah. But yeah, you said you don't know her, so it probably doesn't matter.
What is that? Oh, that's on that letter that you have, isn't it? Or that picture.
Yeah, but you don't.
I caught a glimpse of it.
Yeah, but you don't know her, so it. I'll introduce you to her if you want.
Yeah. What was her name again?
Miss Netherglen.
What's her first name? Do you know?
Starts with an E. Elizabeth. Amelia. No. I'll think of it. It'll come to me.
To not say it on the picture.
Well, yeah, but I'm not looking at it right now. I have to go back into my.
Okay, yeah. Whenever next time you go into your bottle, whenever that is, grab that picture.
Okay, sounds good.
or at least look at the name. It doesn't. You don't have to bring the picture out. Just.
Well, no, I can show you the picture again. It's a pretty cool picture.
I mean, yeah, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I think she did a really good job on it.
And I'm gonna like glare up to just kind of like an intrigued stare as before we leave, and I'll be like, "Thank you for your
So are we getting
hospitality."
food or not? Because I'm kind of getting
Yeah,
hungry.
Yeah, well, let's go back to the tavern and get some food.
Okay,
Well met. I'll see you again.
bye.
It was nice to meet you, Felix. Enjoy
Good to-
the ball you
thanks.
stole from me.
The what? No, I give that back. Your daughter.
I thought
your
that
daughter,
was the one that
or
turned
your
into the
niece.
dragon.
No, this is the one that I bought from a guy, and then there was a second one that was in your shop, and I took that one, but I didn't realize that it wasn't, like that you would need. I didn't realize it was yours at the time. But so I
Thank
figured
you
I'd give
for
it back.
returning what you
Yeah, no
stole from
problem.
me.
Hopefully, it hatches into a dragon soon, and I leave.
Hopefully. And he's going to close the door behind you as you all step out. Are you returning back to the tavern, or are you... Alright. Yeah, you, after this maybe hour-long detour on your morning, you make your way back to the tavern. Treos, would you still be sitting there nursing your food, or do you think you've gone back up, gone to see Kai? What are you doing during this hour?
If neither Kai nor Felix and the others have came back around the time, I probably just kind of head upstairs to see if I can find Kai and make sure he's okay.
Yeah, you can easily locate the door he went into last night, and knock on it. Kai, as you're lying there in bed, kind of not wanting to get up, just waiting for someone to tell you it's time to get out of bed, you hear a knock on your door.
I will say probably after enough time just sitting there, I will have at least sat up in bed. And Trails, you can just barely hear like the like very simple plucking of a lute and like very quiet like singing, like purposely trying to make sure nobody will hear it, but like still it's not that big of a room and the door's not that thick, so you hear just a little bit of like humming, and so you knock and then just go, hello.
Hey friend, you doing okay? Just checking in, make sure you slept well, everything's good.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna like put all my stuff together and like be completely packed with like everything on my person and just open the door like, yeah, doing okay.
Right.
You?
I'm fine. Just making sure that our sanest member of the team is doing well. You got something to eat?
No, I have not.
Oh, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. Come on, let's go. And I just kind of like gently grab his hand, kind of pull him downstairs so he can get something to eat.
Okay.
Yeah, as Treos tugs you downstairs, the smell of the breakfast gets heavier and you're able to sit down, and before you know it, there's a steaming pile of sausages and eggs and some sort of toast with butter laid out in front of you.
How much is that going to cost?
At this point, the barmaid who brought it over, first meal's on the house. Don't worry about it. If you need anything to drink, I can be right back.
Yeah. Thanks.
That first meal was on the house for you too, Treos, so don't worry about taking that off. Anything to drink for you lads, or?
No, I'm all right right now. Thank you.
Wave if you need anything. And she's gonna rush back to grab another set of plates and bring it to another table.
So, I don't mean to be intrusive, friend, but the song you were singing, it was quite nice from what I could hear. What was it about?
It's just the one song I know how to play. Sorry,
Yeah.
Didn't realize I was playing that loud.
No, you're good. Cat's ears, everything. You kind of pick up on things here and there.
Yeah. No, it's just kind of something to pass the time.
Something you picked up from your childhood?
Yeah.
All right. Not much of a musician myself, but you know, I can appreciate a good tune or two.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's like I said, just kind of something to pass the time. Um, do you know what kind of the plan is with this? Like, are we like? I was honestly planning on heading out, kind of at some point today. Like, are we doing anything else? Is there like a like where are the
Oh,
other two?
oh, like you're just gonna head back home? Like a bit far away from here, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's not too far to home. But no, I was just gonna see. I'm kind of living
Oh,
paycheck to paycheck right now, so just if we have something to do, that'd be cool. And if we're kind of just don't know what we're doing, I'd rather just go find a job right now.
fair enough. Yeah, life of a adventurer isn't the most stable. Some would say. The other two, they had mid delivery. I don't know where exactly. Just seemed a little personal for them, but they'll be back soon.
All right, all right. Uh, yeah. How are you holding up?
Um, uh, knowing Savva and Just are safe for the meantime, I feel a little better. There's still a few things to be concerned about, but I'm doing a little bit better.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Just hurts when the one thing you think you're doing right just turns out to be the thing you're doing most wrong.
Yeah, it's it's a struggle when you come to do one thing and doesn't turn out to be as easy as what you expect.
Yeah. Um, do you think that that waitress was hitting on me?
What did the waitress um what did the waitress look like?
Um, she was a human. She basically had two long braids going down the back of her head. They were mixed colors of purples and blues and very very bright colors. She seemed perfectly friendly, but more like she's perfectly friendly to all of her patrons because that's how she gets her tips.
Ah, my friend. Are you are you are you love struck, it seems? Have a preference for the gentle kindness of a human friend.
Uh, I don't know about Love Struck, but I don't know.
Uh,
Anyways,
I don't know,
it's
there's
fine. It's
potential
whatever.
back there. What's there to deny?
Um, no, forget I said anything. Yeah. I'm gonna look around and just wait for Reese and Felix to return.
Yeah, at this point, as the meal, you slowly start to get rid of the stuff on your plate. You do see Reese and Felix walk in the door. Felix playing around with what looks to be the large dragon heart ball that he showed off back in the store. And Reese leading the way back in. You, Reese and Felix, you see Treos and Kai seated at a table with empty plates in front of them.
We'll go sit with them.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. How are y'all doing?
But we gave Savva a knife, so I feel like that's gonna turn out well.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You come sit over here with me, Felix.
Oh, and I'm
It
gonna
wasn't a
start
real
rolling the
knife.
ball around.
I'm gonna sit. It wasn't as I'm sitting down. It wasn't a real knife. It was a wooden knife. It was for a teddy bear because she asked for the teddy bear to have one. I feel like I need to explain that because when you say we gave a 6-year-old a knife, it sounds really bad.
Oh no, I just feel like well, like especially like like Kai was telling me I need to be less like wordy and stuff, and I need to say things in shorter. So I just figured I'd just say knife, and then that would really get the solve the problem then.
It,
So
it's all
anyway, yeah. So basically, what I was saying was
It's all about. Okay. This is what he was talking about. It's all about context. Like right now, you don't need a long description.
You're doing great, Felix. All right, look. Love the conversation we're having here, but what is? Are we? What's our plan? Are we sticking together? I need to get to a next job, so I don't have anything in mind right now. I'm just like I need to go look for a job right now. I'm just living paycheck to paycheck. Are we doing anything together? Because like group projects often bring more money.
We should probably. I don't know if there's a job board in town, but I feel like we should get him home.
Okay, so is this a thing? Are we grouping together? 'Cause like I said,
Yeah.
the money's better in it.
Well, I don't know how much Bart's probably got. Like, he's got like a ton of money, probably. Like, so I'm guessing that we can probably just go ask him for some money.
Okay,
Okay,
love that plan, but
that's a good
I
idea.
like the plan about looking for the job board as well.
I think we should look for the job board, and if we can find something on the way to either Sairloon
Yeah.
or Mulehessen, that way we can drop him off.
Well, no,
And
but my dad's really busy right now, though. Probably. He usually is.
How long have you been gone from home?
Like a year or two, probably.
You are. Oh, how old are you?
Well, I'm almost 16. Nah, if you in like a year.
So you're 15.
Well, yeah, but you know, close enough.
Um. Yeah. Do you have anything you need to get from the room? Did you leave anything up there?
Um. Uh. Oh, I was messing with the ball bearings a little bit.
I'm
But
gonna
we don't
give
need to
him
worry
the.
about those.
I'm gonna give him the key. Can you go clean up the room real quick? Just. I don't want anyone to trip and fall when they go to clean up the room. So pick up the ball bearings, as many as you can. And
Oh,
I think I
I've
left
got a
some.
better idea. Watch this. Uh. Uh. Gregory, wake up. Nope. Oh, what was the word that I used?
Was uh uh Vor- Varum or something like that. Varl or something like that. I heard you
Oh,
say it.
yeah. It's Elvish.
Okay. See,
Um,
again, I speak some Elvish, but if it's like intense Elvish, I'm not sure how much I know about it.
yeah.
Oh,
Um,
I speak Elvish.
that's cool. Because it was votum.
At this point, the ball unfurls, and you see slamming down onto the table, rattling the plates, a dragon, an ice dragon.
I don't. Okay. At this point, I'm just numb to this.
Can you go get the balls?
Me?
No, I'm talking to the dragon.
Okay.
And
Just
me, how
making sure.
this works? Can you order it to do things, basically?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I can just go give it. Man,
shuffles its wings, unfurls, and then takes a leaping glide towards the door, skittering up and out of sight.
Felix, I think the door is locked. I think you're gonna have to unlock the door for it.
well, it can go in through the window. I left that open.
Why did you leave the window open to our room?
Well, it was getting hot, and I was having trouble concentrating.
Felix, don't do that ever again.
Well, we were on a second story.
That does not mean anything.
What do you? Well, but it was getting hot.
Yeah, but people could climb into that room.
There isn't like a ladder or anything, though.
Yeah, but they could take a rope and throw it up through the window.
But we weren't doing anything wrong in there, so they wouldn't have had a reason to. Like I
I'm
know
going
that
to
like
the
we
job
went.
board.
Kai,
Okay,
Kai,
bye.
wait, hold on 1 second. Okay, listen, I know our little little reunion together. Everything seems to be going well. We're not, you know, we got through a big bit of what just happened yesterday and the day before. But there's still a little bit of something we might have to worry about. It might come back to haunt us. And I just
You talking about the smoke demon in the room?
she might be connected to it, but maybe something slightly worse. And I just kind of
Or we left in the dimension.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn back to Trails. Okay, continue.
Okay. I just kind of unroll the letter Jose given to me, and with the magnifying glass, kind of show over and point off some of the words that it's talking about of the stone and of a certain item that is missing and potentially very, very, very dangerous for us in the realm.
Wait, what does it say?
Um,
It can if I flash my magic eyes, can I see what it says?
Yes, you can. Just give me a moment because
mhm.
I do not recall where I wrote this down.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
What you did? Look what you did.
It's all me. It was just gonna. This was supposed to be a beach episode.
Y'all were supposed to go shopping today. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, for the sake of not delaying this while I search, basically the letter speaks about an artifact that went missing and has the possibility to have disastrous consequences for the realm if those who acquired it continue to acquire it. It's a bid to reacquisition and redistribute this item from the
Does
people
it
who stole it.
say what the item is?
All it really hints at is something to do with water, something to do with teardrops, and some sort of magic. It seems to be very, very vague for the purpose of not giving much information in a written form.
Does it have any names or locations?
You do notice one name on it.
Okay.
You notice the name
I think it was
Orlo
Orlo Shiva, if I remember.
Orlo space Siobha.
Siobha. Does that name ring a bell?
It does, indeed. You know Orlo Shiva as the leader of the Weaponry Guild. You also know, to some extent, there's an undercurrent of animosity between the Weaponry Guild and the current guild that is in power, the Bestiary Guild. With their guild leader, Aemon Silrora, being the current king for this year. There has never been an outright declaration of war between these two guilds, but some of her policies have created tension with the Weaponry Guild. That is pretty much all you know about Orlo Shiva. He's a very private figure. Reese, you would have a little knowledge about what he looks like, but other than that, there's very little.
That's pretty
Reese is
interesting stuff right there.
Reese is
As
gonna
I'm
kind of
reading
sigh.
over your shoulder.
Reese is gonna kind of sigh and put his head in his hands. He's gonna go, "Okay, well, that's not great,
Something concerning.
but
Pretty cool though.
I do recognize that name.
Oh,
Orlo.
I bet that would be a good name for a dragon. Hold up, let me go
You don't.
check if that's... No? Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Can you come back, Orlo? I shout.
Is this at this point you all hear it as you see a figure skitter down the stairs at the end of the room, and you see heads turn, and some people kind of jump as this dragon-like figure skitters in between people's legs, weaving, and eventually jumps and perches onto your table with a rattle. At this point, the barmaid from earlier comes over, and she's going to lean over and lower her voice. I'm so sorry, lads, but we have a strictly no pets in the familiars policy here.
I'm pretty familiar with him, yeah.
Is he your familiar?
Yeah!
Is he's well behaved?
Oh yeah, super well behaved.
Just keep him off the tables.
I met him today.
We'll put him up, okay?
Thank you, much
Okay,
appreciated.
Felix.
Um,
Felix just can't use him inside, okay? He's an outdoor dragon.
Can I get anyone else some breakfast while I'm here? Two breakfast.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right over. Just keep him out of trouble, please. Just no. Okay. I'm gonna head out, and then she's gonna go and order your breakfast.
Felix, can you put the dragon away, please?
Yeah. Okay. He goes back to his ball form.
As it just
Yeah.
folds up
Yeah.
into a ball.
Thank you, Felix.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That name Orlo is part of the guilds. And while I'm talking, I'm going to start lowering my voice so they can hear me and no one else. And there's not a lot about him that is public knowledge. He's the head of the Weaponry Guild. Well, and that's about all I know about him.
So a very secretive man.
Yeah.
Known to be a little bit of a troublemaker. I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah. Yes and no. His guild, kind of in more recent years. But if it's him or someone else, I don't know.
Well, we just got another little face to worry about.
Well, we can start. And he kind of just trails off.
Start to what?
I think we can start with getting a couple extra coin, because if we're gonna do anything else, we might need a little more in our pockets.
Really? Because, like, this is a lot of money that we have right now. Look. I put the coin sack on the table. That's, like, way more money than I'm used to having.
Well, the way Kai is talking, we might need a little bit more.
Well, you can have mine.
No.
Well, but if you need it, I don't need it.
You do need it, Felix. Money is how the world works. And so
Sure, but but I don't but you need the money right now.
yes, but if we're doing another job to make money, then it will be fine.
I can make money later.
I appreciate you caring for me, Felix. Your heart is something that I admire. And you really have an ability to care for other people in a way that I have not seen before. And so I thank
That's
you.
really nice.
I see what you are doing for me, and I would like to politely refuse your help.
All right. No problem.
All right. Yeah, so we can do a job or we can follow a lead here. Whatever's fine with me.
Why don't we look for a job that heads out towards the Gilded Gates?
Sounds good to me.
Fine by me.
All right. As your breakfasts arrive, you slowly eat, the chatter fills up, and then slowly trickles away around you as people make their way towards their morning jobs. But hi, remind me what your passive perception is.
It is 12.
Good to know. The rest of you, well, all of you, as you finish up your meals and make your way out, where are you headed? You do recall back in the merchant center of the town, there's a job board on one side as you enter into this circle of tents and revelry. You could also make your way towards more combat-based jobs that are usually advertised around the guard tower. You can make your way out of town and see where you come across. Where are you all heading?
I feel like while we have Felix with us, that combat would be best to avoid.
Hmm.
So, does anybody have a problem with us going to the merchant area for job seeking?
Nope.
All right.
All right. You can make your way towards the merchant's area. You find the job board relatively quickly. It's not scarce, but there are a couple flyers here and there. Mostly there's some advertisements for events in town. There's a local play happening. You see one advertisement asking for aid in clearing out rats from a warehouse. You see one advertisement asking for help basically meeting and moving luggage from one port ship to another port ship. You see one asking for an escort towards a small village of North Bray nearby. You see a couple of different jobs. If you want to sift through them, I can give you more. But is there any particular type of job you are looking for in particular?
Maybe we can hit a couple. Maybe we can hit a couple of smaller jobs on the way to the Gilded Gates.
Where are the
If they're,
Gilded Gates
like-
again?
So the Gilded Gates are, if you think of yourselves as a triangle, you are in the bottom right corner of this triangle. Felgant. Serloon is the bottom left corner. Milhessen is the top corner. And between creating almost another triangle with the top corner and with you is the Gilded Gates. So the Gilded Gates are like northeast for quite a few days of travel over rivers, over countryside. The others are a little more closely populated.
So you're saying like we should get some jobs on the way?
Well, we can pick up some jobs here that stop in the small villages along the way, and then
Yeah.
the next big city we get to, we can get more jobs.
Okay. How much money did you need, Kai?
Just whatever is fine. The amount
But
does
like
not matter.
how much do we need?
Preferably enough to be all right financially. There's not an exact number that I can give you, but
Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be a lot of work.
Adventuring's never easy, Felix.
But it's like hanging out
where
with friends, right?
absolutely.
sometimes.
Where is Bart's place?
Well, so Bart's place is in Serloon.
Is that at all on the way to the Gilded Gates?
No, not at all. Not really.
Right in the
It's
opposite direction.
yeah, no.
Okay.
But
Felix.
Mule Hessen is on the way, right? Right?
You can make Mulehessen on the way. It's a little Mulehessen is almost due north, and the Guild Gates are very northeast. But you can make it. You can curve around and make it on your way.
Felix, have you already gone into your flask or
Yeah.
whatever it is for the day?
Yeah, I already did it, and that's when I was like making potions and stuff. It only exploded like twice. I think I'm
Okay,
getting closer.
that's good. All right. Um, hoping to have this conversation out of earshot of him, but he is a kid, um, and we need to drop him off to his proper authorities, to his proper guardians, I should say.
Okay, I'm like looking, like glancing down as he's like very clearly listening to the conversation we were
I think all
having.
three of us just like huddled together. He's writing this.
Felix is in the middle, just like looking up at all of us. Okay, here's the problem. I'm not sure who his proper guardian is, based on some things I've heard today.
Okay.
So
And if we could get him somewhere safe, he'll find a way to get back to us in the worst possible scenario.
Are you sure about that?
I don't think I think you're putting a lot of faith in him. I I cover up his ears with my hands.
Okay.
You were saying I take out like a little wooden like thing from my
Oh.
ear.
What? Where did that come from?
Oh, here, listen, and I'm gonna put it in your ear.
Is it just like dead? What is it?
It's playing like 7 seconds of looping music.
That's really cool, Felix. You keep with that. You keep listening to it.
Okay.
It is a good tune.
Yeah. I can't get it to go further, but that's okay.
Okay.
That's all.
So his dad keeps saying he's too busy for him.
That's just bad parenting.
Yeah. So I don't know if we should take him back to his dad or take him to Bart. But the Mulehessen is on the way to the Gilded Gates, and his dad is in Mulehessen. Kind of. Mulehessen is kind of on the way to the Gilded Gates.
Okay. We can stop at Mulehessen on the way. Let's see if we can get a job that stops in Mulehessen.
I think I met Bart. I think an absentee father may be better than Bart. I'm not gonna lie. I have met Bart.
Okay. Yeah. Then I like what we're doing.
Noted.
Yeah. So let's find a couple jobs that head up to Mulehessen, and then drop him off, and then cut up to the Gilded Gates.
Okay. I'm gonna like give the thumbs up to Felix.
Yeah. No, I can I can sorry, yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Do you guys like what are we doing? So like we're gonna go like do some like cool adventures and stuff and go like do like hero things and we're gonna like go
Yeah,
like
we're
save
not
the world.
You
we're not
remember?
gonna fight so much, but we're
Well,
gonna.
no, we wouldn't want to fight, but we can save the world still.
Yeah. You remember that lady that you said? I can't remember her name. Miss something. That gave you that drawing.
Oh, yeah, you told me to. Here's my drawing, and I'm gonna hand
Yeah.
it to you.
Oh, I'm gonna take a look at it. Do I see a name on there? Like a
It
full
says-
name?
Yes, you do. It quite literally says from the desk of Professor Elowin Netherglim.
Owen Heather. Does that name sound familiar?
Netherglim does not. Elowin does.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I guess this must be like her logo, because it didn't seem to have anything to do with like the college itself. Because like I've never seen it on any of the other like official posters or anything like that. Um, but yeah, this picture is of her daughter.
Oh, that's awesome. Um, we're gonna head to Mulhessen, and you're gonna introduce me to Professor Netherglim.
Ooh. Uh, I guess. Okay,
And we're gonna do little jobs along the way as we head up there.
right. And then we're gonna go
Save the world.
save the world by talking to Mr. Orlo.
Correct.
We're gonna
Yeah.
like ask him to do what?
We'll figure it out along the way. Well, let's get some jobs first.
Okay.
All right, yeah, you can take a look at the board. You're specifically looking for jobs that take you out of town. A lot of the jobs seem to be asking for hired work in town, and you do imagine that Mulhessen being a much larger city will have many more jobs. You do find a couple, one asking to deliver a message to a reclusive mage in the southern hills of Derlun, which you will recall is a little further east but south from the Gilded Gates. So basically due east from where you are right now. There's a job basically that takes you to this peninsula over here that is to deliver a message to a reclusive mage. There is a job that takes you along sort of this path to Mulhessen, with a stop at a local outpost near in the middle of it called North Bray, basically asking for an escort to this village's healer. Then there is a job that takes you straight to Ordulin that was basically talking about a band of mercenaries, but more important, highwaymen and thieves and rebels that are gathering in the northern hills above Ordulin. So there's a couple options there, each taking you to different areas of the map, all with various routes towards the Gilded Gates. Two of them you would be able to stop through Mulhessen on the way, but the one takes you a little out of the way.
So, guys, what do we want to do? We could just like take them all and like see what we want to do, but then we'd be taking the jobs, and then other people couldn't do the jobs.
Also,
So we
kind of
probably shouldn't
spread
do that.
out. So I don't think we should take them all because one's like this way, one's like this way, one's like this way.
Yeah, but we could
Yeah.
help everyone though.
Yes, but if we try to help everyone and don't do it, then those people may not get helped because we took that opportunity from someone else.
That's true.
I think we should
What
pick
if we
one and
what
stick
if we
with
all
it.
split up and do them separately then?
No,
Don't
because
think that'll work.
that's not really gonna work. We should pick one and stick with it.
I vote either the one that's on the way to Mulhessen with the escort to the healer, or we go way out of the way and deliver the message to the mage.
Do we
Yes.
think the person's sick who needs a healer?
I don't know, but they need a healer.
Yeah. Do you think we could take the healer to the to that like pocket dimension?
Um, Probably not. Let's just
No.
stick with what the mission says.
All right.
Reyes, do you have any opinion?
If you help the healer, there's more of a straight path. Plus, we don't know. Yes. I think we
Well,
can help out
mages
the
are pretty
healer.
cool. They have like magic and stuff.
Well, a healer's can have magic too.
Yeah, but like mages they're like whoa, you know?
Felix,
Some of them.
a town could need a healer right now at the moment, or might be someone
True.
important to them that they need help.
Yeah, we should rush there.
Let's take the healer.
All right. With new job in hand, you look at the directions and are able to make your way, or now you know where you need to go. But with that, with a new purpose for your group, headed towards this Healy and then towards Mulhessen and beyond the Gilded Gates, that is where we are going to leave today's session.